So if you were really to unite in marriage as persons, you would unite not only at the affective or psychological level, but at all levels of the human being, beginning with the biological level, which accounts for why, on the traditional understanding, not just in religious law, but even in secular law, consummation was required for marriage to be perfected. That an unconsummated marriage, this was the debate in the case of Henry VIII, an unconsummated marriage would be annullable. You wouldn't need a divorce. It could be annulled because the marriage had never been completed. And consummation was achieved by the spouses performing an act, the marital act, coitus, that fulfilled the behavioral conditions of procreation, whether or not the non-behavioral conditions happened to obtain. You didn't have to know whether a baby had been conceived. All you needed to know was, had coitus occurred, had the behavioral conditions of procreation been fulfilled. If so, you got a consummated marriage because they have united at the biological level, and that biological unity becomes the foundation for the comprehensive sharing of life, not only at the biological, but at the affective or psychological, at the rational, dispositional, even at the spiritual level that marriage is, or at least was always understood to be. But if you adopt the dualistic understanding that reduces the body to merely the material and of no personal significance, it's just an impersonal or non-personal instrument of the person considered as the psychology, then marital union, the union of persons, is at the affective level. And just as two people of opposite sexes can unite emotionally, so can two persons of the same sex, or so can 3 or 5 persons of whatever combination of sexes. So you can suddenly make sense of same-sex marriage, but only if you presuppose this dualistic understanding of the person, which, of course, Christianity rejected from the very beginning, and which Judaism itself eventually rejected, and so did many of the other great traditions, philosophical as well as religious.